Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast, number 49. My name is Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, our incredible leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Brad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's podcast at ARK. This is Atlas, and tonight is our 49th podcast. Really happy to be here, and really a fantastic Monday. Our second day of official trading and folks being able to come into the D app and purchase their ARK and really start earning with the rest of us. So we're extremely happy with the charts looking absolutely fantastic. You really can see the liquidity controller that we have here is very different than what I think anyone has seen. We like to say here, this is not your grandmother's LMS. This is an intelligent liquidity controller. And we've had a lot of feedback on that as well. We've also been creating some profit to really add to liquidity and sustainability of the project. We need to have those reserves in place for the downswings and upswings. But the great thing that you're able to see here is that we're not having this crazy volatility that we're so used to seeing in so many charts. And the investors here are not looking for that massive pump, which is usually always followed by a massive dump. As you all know, we slept well, not a lot, but we slept really well, understanding, folks, that there's no tokens out in the wild that any investor or any team member or advisor, pre-sale, whitelist, private sale, no one, ladies and gentlemen, no one is able to dump a bag that they purchased, before launch or even now. If somebody came right now and bought, $1 million worth of ARK token, they would have to be on the ARK following the same guidelines, the same structures of the smart contracts, everything that's really detailed in the white paper, just as every one of us. Whether you're the little guy or you're a huge whale, you're welcome here because we don't have to be worried. We don't have to be looking over our shoulders. We don't have to be staring at a chart, worried, concerned. I've seen James at the water cooler. Oh, Atlas, oh my God, somebody's going to dump. I mean, I've been there, guys. I've seen it happen so many times again. And that's not what we want here. That's not what we're here to do. This is a long-term project where the sustainability is the key factor. The safety is the number one priority. And all that encompasses having a stable price, everyone playing by that same set of rules that are really there to ensure that everybody gets a win. That an investor that shows up here 5 months from now, 9 months from now, someone, in Indonesia that is working minimum wage and sees ARK for the first time, his friend's got the mobile app, he's downloaded it, he's scanned the QR code, he's in, and he wants to come and purchase and invest. He's going to see a stable price chart that just screams sustainability, screams safety, and screams to him, you have this same opportunity that the folks that were there on December 18th, Sunday, that got in, those folks just happen to ROI. Now it's his turn. Because if the investment is not good for the folks, much later, years later, then I don't believe you've got a sustainable project. Let's get to crypto. All right, folks. Mr. Brett Norton, do you have some updates? I know you've been working very hard with our front-end team, some suggestions that you've been working on to put forward on the user interface. If you'd like to come and talk to us about what you've been doing and some of these things that are being incorporated into the system. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Atlas. The big one, I think that a few people had mentioned that they would like to see an auto allocation for the 1.5 CWR. And Alex, our front-end developer, is going to include that. It's going to get pushed out tomorrow. So there will be a slight interruption in that part of the DApp tomorrow, the auto allocation part. He's going to take that down for about 10, 15 minutes, and we're going to add in the 1.5 CWR schedule. So that is available to everyone. Even if you don't have a legacy NFT, you could still follow that. It's the same as the 60/40 compound to withdraw. and that will run every 24 hours for you in an automated way. So I think that one's going to be pretty popular as people were wanting to, compound more in the beginning, just to build up that principal balance, in the first few months here. So yeah, that's one major thing I would say. Just a few little other things in the UI is brought to our attention that the calculation for deposited was including referral rewards. It was something we had thought about and adjusted during testing. And the little information button that's in the Vault UI also does not include the referral rewards. So we're going to get that adjusted as well. It's just a simple math thing that Alex is also going to push out tomorrow during the auto allocation. And other than that, it's just been great DMs, great questions from everybody in the community, good feedback so far. I think everybody's getting used to the sliders and the the allocation control system that's different, with the system. But I think people are embracing it and seeing that it's a nice variation. I think from an investor standpoint to be able to have that control. We watched some pretty good videos today. SK Crypto K did a walkthrough that was amazing. And then Crypto Unlimited 22 also dropped one I saw in the TG main. I watched that one all the way through. So yeah, people are doing some how-to videos and really walking through the DApp and starting to understand it and being able to, teach everyone, which is great because that'll help the admins, help myself. We see some great activity in all the other groups as well. Some of the other ArkFi dedicated channels and then other team groups that we're part of as well. Everybody's starting to coach each other on how to use the DApp and answer questions, which is a blessing. So appreciate all the help, everybody. That's about it, Atlas. I know we've got the Spark tonight, which is exciting. It's probably another good piece of news. If you want, we can go over what the Spark rewards are before you do that. I don't know if you had anything else on the agenda you wanted to cover.
Yes. Well, there's been a couple of tech support tickets. I can tell you one we just did before coming on the podcast tonight. And it was somebody that wasn't able to compound. And we're looking at RPC settings, really trying to understand everything because this person has, I believe, 2 accounts and one of them was working fine. And then their upline, which was under the Guardian, the gentleman was having an issue compounding. And through, doing the whole process of figuring out what was going on, we realized that the gentleman had received 30 ARK, from his downline, but those were rewards. Those were not purchased ARK. You have to have 10 purchased ARK. When the gentleman was able to purchase those 10 ARK, then he was able to go ahead and compound. And Brett, do you mind touching on that? If there's anybody here that has a question or a doubt as to why we've implemented, I think it was pretty genius and understandable, but I'd like for you to touch on it a bit.
Sure. Yeah. We set the minimum, obviously, at 10 deposit post-tax ARK. And that was to make sure that everybody's participating, in the protocol. And to be able to see, perform actions on the vault, you have to have that level of an account. And you could still, have bond in the system or have a legacy NFT, but nothing really gets activated, especially if you're holding a legacy NFT, until you lock it into that ARK Vault account. So yeah, those are some prerequisites and requirements. We want everybody to be participating in the DApp and making that purchase of ARK, depositing it, and that just helps the whole tax system and the ecosystem as well. Obviously, we want everybody that's getting those extra rewards to also be giving back in the way that the DApp works as well. So yeah, that's good to know. I hadn't seen that problem. I was wondering what was going on with that account. Just seeing it in the admin chats and things. So that's great. You guys were able to figure it out. That's huge.
Yes, and it's good that we bring it up here because maybe we have someone that's in our team and part of our syndicate, and they're having an issue and they think there's something wrong, with the system. And we want you to know if that happens to anyone, hey, I can't compound. Please make sure to ask them, hey, did you purchase at least 10 ARK into your account? because until you do that, you're pretty much not active per se. You're in the whole referral tree in the system, and you're able to get your rewards, but you can't really, work with them. You can't compound unless you've participated. Participation is very key here, guys, to be able to start and also to be able to stay at that optimum 2% level. We encourage and want folks to contribute to the system. It has to be fair and balanced, and those that are really contributing and adding more, they should be rewarded more. As we can't let everyone just have a free range to drain the whole system. Sustainability is really the key here. So that's another part I think we're all understanding, and folks are really buying into as they do their due diligence and taking the time to analyze what has been done here at ARK. And we want to thank everybody for their feedback. There's a couple of other support tickets people that we have to get back to. Generally, we had 2 yesterday that were here that were having an issue. They weren't seeing their syndicate really lining up correctly. So we dealt with that. And we've got a couple small things, but a lot of feedback, suggestions. Look, we're listening to our community, and it's very important, because we want to make sure that every voice is heard and every idea is really considered. Just like that update you gave there, what's going to be happening tomorrow, Brett, that's extremely important. We want everyone to feel that they're a part of this project, because we really all are. If there is no connection and really listening to the voice of the community, I think that the project will definitely suffer. So the participation is extremely important. The feedback, and greatly appreciated, really, overall, as a lot of you guys are really amazing, brilliant, investors, and are able to really bring us some of that feedback. I know Catalyst has been doing an amazing job with those syndicate rewards. We created a special page just for him, connected to the back end, and showing the legacy NFT, and something that we're going to incorporate too, especially when we do the podcast here at night. Through the podcast, we've got a system that ArkFi developed for us. It's still not live and completely completed, like finalized, right? But it's looking pretty good. This is where we have a lot of our buttons, but it has a very professional interface where you're going to be able to see what the rewards pool is for legacy. You're going to be able to also see what the Spark rewards is live, the liquidity controller, market cap, the price. And we're going to also be able to use that to do a lot of the educational pieces that we want to do here, as well as when we have guests and they want to go through articles. We're going to be able to show that all live, and they'll be able to scroll through the article, or if we have Z presenting some information of what's happening out in the DeFi streets, right? So that's looking pretty good. And I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. The rewards pool for Legacy dashboard right now is showing $58,768.66. We're also seeing that the last distribution really happened, let's see here, on December 19th, 0005 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes after midnight, and it's going to be happening again. And we have a total shares of legacy investors of 315. The rewards of silver are $3.77. Rewards for gold NFTs are $15.09, and the rewards of platinum NFTs are $37.73. Let's get this crypto. So yeah, this is the migration, and it's building up. And we're seeing here also the Spark Rewards pool, which we're going to be giving away in a little bit. But before we do that, let's go ahead and is Catalyst here? Are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
All right. How do you like that interface created for you, sir?
Oh, I didn't realize it was released yet. I haven't.
You don't have the link?
I haven't.
Do you have the link?
I sent it to him just in case. Catalyst, I sent you a DM with it just in case you didn't get it directly from Mr. Green or Atlas.
Wow, you guys are fast. Mr. Green indicated that it was going to be a low priority item. You guys are cranking.
No, he didn't say low priority. I heard he said that somebody else has an order that took priority over yours, and we are working on that. and going to get back to that person, but yours got taken care of as well. We're handling many things at the same time. But yeah, if you check your DMs, you'll have that there, and it's good and ready to go. And we'll be incorporating a lot of this to the app, as well as to the front end of the broadcast here at every night on the podcast. But yeah, step at a time. We got a lot of work that's going on, and you'll see a lot of changes, a lot of upgrades. And as we go through, these first few days are really important to just get everything really tight and looking as best as possible, and making sure that anyone that has an issue, there was a lot of buy pressure at the launch yesterday, making sure that everybody was getting taken care of, and any questions or anything that wasn't connecting, like the issue we just dealt with today, where somebody just couldn't compound, and there were a big concern and freaking out. We were able to analyze that. So we thank everybody for their patience and really coming to us and giving us the opportunity to listen to them and work things out, to make sure that every investor here is really heard, helped, and guided through any issue they might have, so that they could have the resolution, feel confident, calm, cool, and collected, and really be earning here with us. So, and I hope you enjoy that, Callus, and I hope that helps you with your Excel sheets and your articles. You've been doing really an amazing job of helping folks to understand what the benefits are. Bond LP is also a fantastic investment, and we're starting to see some folks really buying into that and understanding that it is a great way to also get some extra returns without having to take your funds out to BUSD, which are just sitting there and not really giving you any profit, right? So quite excited about both. So we're going to see that grow. Go ahead.
Thank you, Atlas. Thank you, Mr. Green. And I wanted to apologize. Low priority that was my words. You're right. Mr. Green did not say that. I told him to feel free to make it a low priority, but obviously you guys are cranking out the modifications. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm at the gym right now. I'm working out.
Oh, fantastic, man. Get that health. Get good
May
breathing.
I ask
Actually,
a question?
yes. Go ahead, you man.
How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Yes.
How are you?
Yeah. So this question is from one of my community members. So what he did, I think in the vault, the bottom, there's an auto allocation. I think he set something for 7 days. Once he set the target CWR for 7 days, he said the timer, the top stopped. Is it normal, or is it well, I haven't done it. I haven't set the target CWR for a certain number of days, so I don't know what would happen. But he said once he set it up for 7 days, his timer stopped. Reward is not accumulating. Maybe. Oh yes, that's what he said. The timer stopped. The rewards timer stopped, and then the available rewards is not accumulating. So is it by design? That's my question.
Okay, good. Yeah. Does the reward show for him at 2%? And did he do a
Let me
compound?
see.
Yeah.
I will get more information. He shared his screenshot. I'm gonna check it how it looks like.
Yeah, man. The best thing to do with that, if he's not able to really communicate with us, is to go ahead and if you want to handle it for him, if there's a language barrier, because I know you work a lot with Korea, you can come to the tech support group and put the issue there so that we could all tackle it and look at it and see what's happening. That would really be
that's a great idea.
Yeah, the best way. But I don't know if Brett, did you want to ask something about that? I saw you muted your mic.
Oh yeah, I was just going to ask if in the screenshot he had available rewards to allocate. Maybe the timer just coincidentally stopped at the same time he set up the auto allocation, or I don't know if he was aware that the timer had some time left on it, and when he did the setup for the auto allocation, it somehow zeroed out, which would seem odd. But yeah, it'd be great to see that and find out what happened.
Yes, I will gather more information, and then I will chat in the tech support.
Great, man. We'll make sure to get that sorted. I'm sure it's something pretty simple, but yeah, get us that information. We'll be happy to help, gentlemen. Is there anybody else that has a question this evening?
Yo,
Mr. Okay, go ahead.
hey, yeah, I'll ask something. So I haven't had a chance to play around with the airdrops yet, but my question is, so if you're looking at the allocation at the top that you do manually, there's a slider for the airdrop, and we know that your ARK, if you set it to the airdrop, will go to that airdrop little box on the syndicate page, right? For folks who, okay, I guess to perform an airdrop, does the ARK need to be in that box, or can it be from liquid ARK that I've withdrawn?
It has to be in that box, in that airdrop balance box on the syndicate page.
Okay, got it. So then my follow-up question is, because it was a conversation I had with my friend. He's another team leader. So he wants to do the auto allocation with the CWR. And he was curious, that very question I had, because he's going to be, from what I understand, that auto allocation just does claims and compounds, but it's not really setting him up to do airdrops. So I guess a follow-up question would be, is there a way that either liquid ARK could be used, or the auto allocation have a third adjustment, I guess, on it to include airdrops?
Yeah, we thought about that. It would just make the complexity of that auto allocation, more difficult, I would say. We're trying to keep that simple, but let me think about the withdrawn and then to airdrop. I mean, obviously you could send, a transfer to another wallet, but that wouldn't be beneficial from a tax standpoint. So, yeah, we would have to think through that. But right now it's not possible, obviously, to airdrop from your wallet if you've withdrawn to your wallet to airdrop available ARK back to another person. But I understand what you're getting after. If you want to use the auto allocation system, then it wouldn't include airdrops. You'd have to stop the auto allocation, allow it to accrue or build up again, and then send those to airdrop. But that might be something we could work into the auto allocation system down the road. I'll put that on our list of features for sure.
Okay, no, perfect. I'm glad you understand it. So yeah, awesome. Thanks, Brett.
I didn't hear actually all of that. I just want to make sure. So Brett, with the auto allocation, it only will do the compounds and withdrawals, not the airdrops, correct?
Yeah, correct. Right.
Okay.
You'd have to manually. Right now, you have to manually do the airdrop as part of your allocation from the vault side, and then it goes into your airdrop.
But manually,
balance.
yeah. So manually, though, I can do whatever percentages I want for the three.
Correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you wanted to do 20% airdrop and 30% withdraw and then 50% compound, that's all in one transaction. That happens.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
And Brett, a temporary workaround for that, do correct me if I am wrong, would be to set the airdrops manually before the timer runs out for the auto allocation, and then the auto allocation will just compound and withdraw the remaining rewards. So you could, that's a temporary workaround, is it not?
No, the auto allocation works works on a compound withdraw only percentage and doesn't include any airdrop. Are you saying that you would intervene manually and do an airdrop prior to the auto allocation running?
So you could let your daily rewards accrue, and then, you know, say 10 minutes before, which isn't, you know, in terms of rewards, 10 minutes isn't going to make much of a difference. Manually airdrop the percentage that you wanted to, let's just say it was 20%, and then that remaining 80% would be split by the auto allocation at whatever CWR you had it at. So, I mean, just for a temporary workaround, if people wanted to use that, that would work, if I'm correct.
Oh, before you set up the auto allocation system, you would do a manual action to airdrop, and then you'd allow the auto allocation to then run after that.
Can't you take manual actions while the auto allocation system is working? And then, you know, let's say auto allocation's running, right? And I airdrop 10 minutes before the timer runs out for the auto allocator on a daily basis. I manually airdrop 20%.
Please try that. I haven't tried it. Go ahead. Yeah, if you could try that, maybe that is a way to kind of intervene in the system and take some of those rewards and airdrop them, but then still allow the CWR auto allocation to work its thing. But yeah, that'd be great if you could test that out.
Yeah, I will try that. Well, it's actually coming up. And I don't have auto running at the moment, so I can't. I'll try that as of tomorrow, or if somebody else wants to try it, that would be great. But I can do that tomorrow if not.
Okay, thanks, Brad.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what you come up with and with Mr. Green and the rest of the devs. Because yeah, someone who maybe set their CWR auto allocation for 30 days, you know, they might get to airdrop time and then say, you know, oh shit, I don't have anything to airdrop. So if there's an easy way to take that liquid ARK and just kind of, I don't know if like the airdrop thing could have a whitelist thing, but you could just send it over to that airdrop box with no tax. You could use that to airdrop with in a bind like that. But yeah, I'm curious to see what y'all come up with. Thank you.
Great suggestion. Thank you, Mr. SK. Does anyone else have a question or comment?
I have the sorry about that, Atlas. My voice is gone. With regards to airdrop, does the airdrop count as kind of a withdrawal for CWR purposes? So I mean, in terms of accounting for planning, like, so if you do 50% compound, the 50% that's remaining that you have to allocate, whether it's airdrop or withdraw, that's all part of basically the other half of the CWR.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, an airdrop is counted as a withdrawal in CWR, but it does not count against your NDV.
Right.
Negatively.
So yeah, it's more, I guess, as a planning factor, because if folks are putting 100% slider on airdrop, they might kind of inadvertently not realize that's counting as a withdrawal. So they got to kind of account for that, because it's anything that's not a compound obviously has to come on the other half of that equation. And then the other thing is, would be nice if there was maybe some of the YouTubers out here do a video on that airdrop tab. That's pretty damn complicated. I mean, it's cool once I learn how to figure it out, but at first glance, it's really intimidating to look at that airdrop tab and figure out how to use it.
Yeah, it's a complex part of the system for sure. I know SK kind of did a basic walkthrough, but didn't get into the buttons and the process of it. But you know, maybe at least maybe test out a direct airdrop, that might be an easy one. And then at least run a scenario for your team airdrop and see how the buttons work and what different lists you can, you can create off the filters before you run the campaign, just to maybe, play around in there a little bit. I think then it'll make a lot more sense.
Yeah, a lot of folks are giving great feedback about the whole system. They're liking the filters, being able to see deposits, and they're finding it, pretty fast and responding, in a very very, very, fast way, which is awesome. So guys, we are ready to go ahead and do our first official Spark rewards. Are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and let's get this almost set up. Give me a quick second as we're going to do it here on our end. Just bear with us a second here. There we go. All right. So go ahead, Mr. Green. Let's make it happen. The system right now is kicking in to CFR? VRF. Okay, we got so many terms here. We can get confused. So what's happening is the whole system's going through all of the wallets and seeing who has qualified. You either have to have your first level of Bond LP, $250 worth of it, or you have to have your legacy NFTs, the lowest level, which would be the silver, will get you in. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner that we're going to put here for you. Let's get this page refreshed. Coming through, hold on. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get this crypto. Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
Fantastic, guys. Great job. So it's a small one. It's really 32 ARK, well, 33 showing paid out over here. Right. So we got an extra ARK since we started with showing 32. And this wallet should have their credit. Let's go ahead and analyze it. To be exact, it shows here 32.61 ARK. Well, guys, that is quite fantastic, if you ask me. Man, what a great feeling just giving ARK away.
That's like $200 almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it is directly deposited into the vault, so
Okay.
we're not giving someone ARK to dump. We're giving someone ARK
To earn.
to earn more.
Yeah. And in case you're wondering, when you win the Spark rewards and you receive this airdrop that's coming from the Spark reward system from the Guardian wallet through the round robin, it is not affecting your NDV, your CWR. It's just adding to your investment so you're able to grow and earn more. So it doesn't have a negative effect. We don't want a gift. That happens sometimes when you win the lottery. You have to pay all these taxes. You win a car and a prize. Okay, great car, but wait, I've got to pay all this money in taxes. What did I get myself into by earning this reward? Well, I don't think that's what we want here. So this is something that really adds to your investment. And you folks qualified. The system was actually really fast. He was ready before I came back. I was talking while he gave us the green light. So we're going to go ahead and close that off.
Do you think people are interested in how it works?
Sure. Yeah, of course. Why not? Talk about it, Mr. Green.
So,
tell us the details.
Hey guys. I'm still at ARK HQ for the last night here. So I just wanted to share with you guys. So randomness is a big topic on the blockchain because the blockchain by definition isn't random, it's deterministic. So you can technically predetermine everything, like pre-calculated. And just so to make sure that this is actually random, we are using Jan built that actually. It's me and my and Jan's project from before. It's a VRF, similar to what Chainlink does. but we just offer like a lot of random numbers. And basically the contract calls our VRF contract saying like, hey, I'd like to have it. Actually, we call for 10 random numbers. And then that goes off the blockchain. So it's not deterministic on the blockchain. Then our backend generates with a like cryptographically safe algorithm, generates 10 random numbers and then sends them back to the blockchain calling a function, which then triggers I think you can even look at that function in the contract, the vault contract. It's all the way down there, basically takes that number and makes a modulo. So basically reduces the number so it can choose a winner. And eligible for that prize is everyone that has at least one referral reward level activated. So whether either you have to have $250 in bond or one legacy NFT, doesn't matter what level. And if you have that, you get onto that list and then we choose a winner. But because you could technically still stay on that list, even if you've sold your bond again and don't have a referral level again, that's why we get 10 random numbers. We use the first one, try to find a winner. If that winner wasn't eligible, we then go back and take the next one and the next one and the next one. And even if we don't find one of the 10 tries, we then get another 10 random numbers and try it again. That's why there is a slight delay in between, but as it turned out, it's faster than Atlas can talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually about a few seconds. It should take like one or two blocks. But yeah, congratulations to the winner.
Oh, man, I was looking forward to this for some time when the Spark Rewards idea came. I said, man, it's going to be a really fun thing to do live here every night on the podcast. We even had the idea of saying, if you're not present at the podcast, you don't get to win. It seems to be too unfair to force people to come to get those rewards, especially once, we can all understand logically that, as ARK grows, these Spark Rewards are going to start to really become something really special and massive. And we're also looking as it grows to maybe have 3 winners, 2 winners, 4 winners. But, giving this away, I think is a great way to just get back to any investor that's, playing the game here with us, investing long-term and not, doing a system of a lottery where you have to invest again, where, you can kind of develop a bit of a gambling addiction, which I think a lot of, degens already kind of have that are in crypto. So we just wanted to make something that was really passive, that as long as you're here playing the game, you could earn that reward, and maybe those rewards could really make a difference in somebody's life. Maybe somebody has a bill to pay, the car engine broke, it's a couple grand, or the transmission, they don't know what they're going to do. And then, they just look at their app and, oh, wait, where did all this, ARK come from? So we foresee some great testimonials. We really hope that the randomness really finds those folks that most desperately need it. But if you're a whale, you can also win here. We don't want to make this an uneven playing field. We want everyone to have the same opportunity to grow and to earn and also win the Spark Rewards. So fantastic work. Thank you, Mr. Green. That was very seamless. And you're going to see here in the interface a list that's going to keep growing here of the Spark winners through time. I don't recall if it's going to be 5 or 10. Brett, do you recall how many we're going to show here on the front end?
No, I don't remember how big that container was, but I feel like it was more than 5 we had in there at one point. It could have been up to 10 maybe, but don't quote me on that. But that was really cool. Nice job, Mr. Green.
Yes. Well, it's a team effort. Jan built that and he executed today, but it's great to see how everyone pitches in. And the culture here of the team is that anything that anyone of us can do and help the other is going to happen. And that's the way I think that you're able to succeed. Sometimes you find in business or in companies that there are people that are playing for themselves. They're looking at the clock and trying to see if they can sneak out the back door 15 minutes early without being seen. And then you have the folks that are really team players that are going the extra mile, that are sacrificing sleep to ensure that the goals are met. And these are the quality folks that we have here. I think it's no secret that we had to go through quite a few developers that overpromised and underdelivered over and over again. But that's life. Sometimes you really have to take the time to give people a chance and see if they work out, and through that process find the folks that are really going to pull for you and put that work in. So really proud of the guys. They've done an amazing job, and the feedback from the community, I think, has been great. We have a lot to do, a lot of work starting too soon on the mobile application. That's going to be the game changer here for crossing over to the real world, to get these folks that ARK investment in a simplified manner where they don't have to get the MetaMask and they don't have to go through this whole process. Very intuitive and simple to manage. Let's get this crypto, guys. Do we have any questions at this time?
Yeah, Atlas. I was looking at my CWR allocator, not the allocator, but it's like a meter. And it's and I've got under my legacy, where I have it in my wallet with my legacy, it says 1.02 in there, and got my auto compound withdrawal ratio set at 2.55. Is that meter going to go up, or is there just something going on with it? I don't know. I don't understand it.
I could take that, Rooster. Yeah, it will go up. Since you set at a 2.5 on your auto allocation, it will eventually climb to 2.5, but it'll take a couple weeks because you're on a 14-day rolling average. So 1.02 sounds like you probably made one manual allocation probably before you set up the auto allocation system. And so it sounds
Yes,
like
I did.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it right. Yep, you got it. So yeah.
Okay. I screwed up on that. I didn't understand. I thought that was setting up the auto allocation thing, and then I scrolled down and was like, "Wow, I'm just a doofus. I should have looked."
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah. No, it sounds like you got it right. So let's watch it, and if you see anything funny, but it should slowly start to climb up for you.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great question, Rooster. And listen, don't feel you screwed up, right? This is absolutely new to all of us. Okay, this is not your grandmother's ROI debt, right? This is a new system, and we all are adjusting, and we're all, kind of like walking around, at night with the lights off, and having, questions and not understanding sometimes exactly. One of the things that we're going to be doing are creating videos that are going to answer a lot of these questions as they're coming in, and we're starting to see really what the frequent questions are. We're going to, analyze that, and we're going to incorporate that into videos where folks are going to have those materials to understand. And this is all part of this first couple of days of understanding where people are disconnecting, feeling that maybe they made a mistake. We also have some buffers in there, some systems that if somebody's going to do an action that's going to affect their investment, that they're also going to be notified. That's what those meters are there for. But we want to expand on it, and just don't feel bad about that. Everybody's really trying to figure it out and getting used to it. So questions are really important. SK early this morning did a video walking through. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, SK, for doing that, because we're seeing that there's questions. It is absolutely new to everyone. And we've had it just a little bit over 24 hours for all of you to interact with it. But we think most folks are really figuring it out. It is intuitive in a way, but now when you get into the more complex things like the auto allocation, we understand that folks want to ask, they want to be sure. Nobody wants to, let's say, do an action that's going to in any way affect and hurt their investment. So thank you for that, Brewster.
Thank you, guys. Check out.
Go ahead. All right, man. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Oh, and Mr. Jason, we are going to be getting back to you after the podcast, as we have been here analyzing everything. You had some questions earlier that we're going to be getting to So just hang tight there as we finish up the podcast.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We didn't forget about you. Don't worry. We got you, man. So is there someone else that has a question or a comment for us this evening? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I've got a comment. I don't know how long it will take, but I can't wait for the night where we're in the podcast and the Spark rewards gets drawn and someone's like, "That's me. That's my wallet. I won. That's me." I'm really looking forward to the inevitable.
Yeah, we actually know who won, but we don't want to make that information public. But yeah, I think that person will be excited. And in the time zone that they're in, I don't think they're even up right now. So they'll be waking up and seeing that. So as it grows, you're right, Brad. It's going to have a lot more emotion, impact on folks' investment. And I'm personally looking forward to testimonials of how that great win affected their whole life. I mean, that's what we're here to do, guys, to really see folks through ARK be able to grow and have that passive income, or maybe even replace a job that they just absolutely hate, and they want that financial freedom, which ties into the culture, the reason that we're also happy to be partnered with Ultimo, and can't wait to see them get going and be able to offer us the onboarding as well as the offboarding that is currently working fantastic. We just want to be able to help them reach their raise, as well as quickly as possible get to offer that at a price that's just the standard fee for folks being able to come in. I see we got Mr. Jedi here. Do you have any updates on your side, Jedi, of Ultimo? Any news you want to share here on the podcast tonight? I guess he wasn't it. Oh, I think he left and came back. Are you there, Jedi?
Oh, sorry, Atlas. My TG froze there. When it to come
Yeah, we
back
saw
in.
that. Well, we got you back and we hear you loud and clear.
First of all, I'd like to say it's a pleasure to be involved in this protocol, and a great job done by all of the team at ARK. I am so bullish on this project, and the thing I like about it most is that I believe everybody can win here, and that's what I want to see. Somebody produce a protocol that is good for everybody. So well done. Talking Ultimo, as you know, we off-ramp already, and obviously we're in the NFT stage at the minute. The on-ramp will be coming very soon. That's all I know at the minute. We're just letting the dev team get on with it, and the guys that are in our DAO know how we work. We'll say it's going to be ready very soon, and it normally turns up sooner than everybody expects. So, but I can't promise anything, but yeah, we're working on it, and also working on a lot of other things as well behind the scenes, as you know what it's like with doing this job. So yeah, lots to look forward to. So yeah, but yeah, great job, guys. Really happy to be involved.
Thank you so much, Jedi. And yeah, we're seeing a lot of interest, FOMO, from our investors and our community about Ultimo. I know something we've been working on here in the podcast studio is having an advertisement right on the whole dashboard for the podcast that's going to be coming live soon, and that's a box just for Ultimo, showing that video that you guys have with the yellow background, right, and the copy about it, and explaining it a little bit. So that's being integrated as we want to support you, and we want folks to really be able to have that security and freedom and anonymity, really, when they're operating and getting their fiat. And that's something that just fits so perfectly to our global outreach, as we want everyone in the world to be able to come to ARK, not have any excuse as to why they can't come and invest. And for a lot of these smaller countries, you look at China, you look so many places where they might not have the ability to go to a centralized exchange and be able to cash out, receive an international transfer. Maybe you live in a place where like I do. Anytime you get an international transfer, there are so many questions. They freeze funds. They want to see all kinds of documentation. They just make your life living hell just for doing something completely legal. But this is
that's
world we live in.
that's how we see it at Ultimo. We believe in freedom and privacy. It's your money, and you should have access to it, and you should be able to spend it really how you want. And that's why we came up with the idea. It's something I've been after for a very long time. And then just by pure well, I say coincidence, someone we knew through Telegram and through another protocol actually bumped into someone who could facilitate it. So we took it further, and now we're here with Ultimo where we are. And it's I never will go back to the old way. It's just the best thing I've ever bought in crypto, because it gives me access to my money, and also I don't have to hold it on a centralized exchange. And we've all seen what happens with those. You don't have the hassles of getting your money out. It really is a great tool to have in your tool bag. And like I say, those 500 NFTs, there is only ever going to be 500, and they're going to be giving you rewards every month. And we've already started. Obviously, it's only small to start with, but if you think about the volume that can be coming through Ultimo, that's well, not financial advice, but you might want to think about one. That's all I'll say.
Fantastic. I mean, for me personally, as a person that's been in crypto for 2016, I've had accounts shut down in America for buying crypto, completely legal, but the banks just didn't like us at that time. And those same banks later saying, hey, you can buy crypto with our credit cards. It's just funny how everything comes full circle. But understanding when you're deep into this, and you're trading millions of dollars worth of crypto, and you're having to connect accounts, which is something that I just personally, for me, I don't do, because I understand what those parameters bring. And it's just a lot of questions, a lot of stress. P2P has been the way I've operated mainly, and seeing what's happening with these centralized exchanges, a lot of FUD and a lot of regulation that's coming through. I can't think of a better word for my personal situation than Ultimo really being the holy grail of being able to get your off ramp and have peace of mind and confidence and safety, and your reputations in this space. You guys have been around for years and have really earned a lot of confidence into your abilities and skills as human beings and professionals. So man, best of luck. And you have, as you know, Jedi, all of our full support. We're going to be putting that flag on the mast here of the ARK and just going all around the globe to help all these folks to be able to come and invest and not have to worry about getting their fiat. Let's get this crypto.
Yeah,
With
and
that,
let's off ramp it. And let's off ramp it.
I can't wait till we see the first yacht being bought with the Ultimo card.
But
the first Lambo, man, that's going to be sick.
I just want to say, regarding the support that you guys are giving us, and we will try and thoroughly return that to you guys as well, because we believe in your project. And like I say, I believe it's something that can let everybody be successful, and that would be, again, the holy grail. It would be brilliant for everybody. So well done, guys.
Thank you so much for that vote of confidence and the relationship that we have. I think it goes hand in hand, and our philosophies really match, and our culture really matches. And I just foresee Ultimo really just becoming a massive company that's out there and doing things the right way, and offering folks that bridge to have that freedom and not have to be looking over their shoulder. So with that said, I do want to announce, about 3 minutes ago, as we were having a conversation, Jedi, we had the Legacy Rewards distribution happen exactly on time. Everything's gone out to all of those winners. I believe Mr. Catalyst, I don't know, he was here, and he was at the gym. Oh, he's still here. I don't know if you've been able to see that happen already, and the funds landed into your accounts, Catalyst, and those folks.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All
It's
the
a thing of
numbers
beauty.
and Mr. Green's dashboard is excellent. It's got all the information that I was looking for. I've been chatting with him offline while the pod's been going on. So we watched it happen in real time, and we watched his dashboard update, and we watched the D-app update, and everything is spot on.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto. Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto, baby.
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
Fantastic. 1 second, guys.
We got this crypto.
Sorry, guys. What was that question, Mark?
I said we got this crypto.
You sure did. And not only that, it gets better. Also, the Bond LP rewards were also paid out exactly at the same time. So really great work here from the team, just getting everything synchronized perfectly. And you guys for the patience as we went ahead and did that. This is a very, very complex system, guys. There's so many contracts really in sync working together, and behind all that, there's also a lot of script databases that are having all the information of the wallets and referrals and who qualifies and who is actually credited and not. And this all has to really sink in together. So we're happy to see it come together quickly. We appreciate the time as we were perfecting it and getting it just right. And like anything, you have to understand that when you have complex situations, there could be a variable, there's something that could be improved. There's, a timing issue, all that has to play out for you to be able to analyze it and create the solution. And I also like the team being available to talk with all the investors. I know Catalyst had a lot of questions about that. He's really zeroed in on those legacy NFTs and sees great value for those investors. Had spent time doing his articles and was on top of really, disseminating the information, with Excel and seeing the rewards and pushing that, and being able to, have the team here speak to him directly and answer all his questions. And hey, this night it went so perfectly on time that it actually didn't do the payout. We did it manually. And having that feedback, that communication, I think is so vital, so important. And I think there's no doubt from anyone here that you see that the team is absolutely committed, front and center, standing shoulder to shoulder with every investor here, as we are also investors here. And our success only comes alongside your success. We all have to win here, guys. So the work has to be here, and we love interacting with all of you. So thank you very much. Mr. Coach Roberto, live and direct from South Florida. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm good. Let's get this crypto.
Yes. Have you been keeping up with ARK?
Yeah, I'm just a baby guy in this whole game, but it's working.
Yes, sir. It is absolutely working. And I can tell you, man, it was a stressful couple of days working really hard, a lot of lack of sleep, a lot of tension in the body, because, we have a responsibility, coach, to deliver. You've worked with us here behind the scenes with the core team, getting us all focused. And you and I have worked together for many years as well. So, man, great to have you here on Monday. We're smiling. We had a cigar moment yesterday with the launch that was a bit delayed as we were still, perfecting and doing some upgrades into the system before, really setting sail. So I'm going to ask if there's anybody else that might have a question before we go ahead and get started with, tonight's breathing session. And for those of you that haven't been here on Mondays, we have Coach Roberto, who is a breathing coach and a mindfulness coach. that I've worked with for many years and brought to teams and companies that I've put together and consulted for as well. And he's helping here the team on the back end. And we thought, hey, why don't we, have him come on Mondays and do like, a 5-10 minutes breathing session to, really help everyone to get clear with their stress and their mind. Crypto has been brutal. We have been facing the worst cycle of the bear market. They call it sometimes the crypto winter when it comes around. And we understand those cycles, but this one's really strong. I mean, I heard James at the water cooler talking about the ice age of crypto. Oh, Atlas, it's over. It's over. What are we going to do? Oh, God. Hey, little Jimmy, sit back, relax. We've been through this before. And like anything, as investors, we understand that sometimes through these cycles, the weak hands, the people that panic get shaken out and they sell to the really smart folks that are just smiling, sitting there, ready to take their crypto, pennies on the dollar, and write it back up and sell it back to Jimmy at the water cooler again and again, ladies and gentlemen. So we are here always calm, cool, and collected. We believe in crypto, the future of crypto. I don't have to preach it because the reason that everybody's here because they are investors and they've seen the cycle, most folks. You're new here, coach, but we're going to teach you to be calm, cool, and collected. And I think you can't be in a better project right now in crypto than ARK and the way it's built, because we built it for understanding that we don't know when the market will turn around or how bad it gets. But no matter what's happening out there, coach, here at ARK, we don't really care too much because we control what we can here, which is our smart contracts, our liquidity, our price, and offer our investors that stable return on their investment. So it's a beautiful thing. We don't have to be here panicked of what's happening out there with Bitcoin and, Michael Saylor and, Vitalik and all these guys out there, they're going through their stuff. We're going through our journey, which is sustainable and safe and secure. Are there any other questions before we start this breathing session with Coach for about 5 to 10 minutes? All right, Coach, it's all yours. We want to go ahead and get us started with tonight's breath. I know last Monday, man, was intense. You put it through the paces, but it was really cool because I know we all need to take a deep breath sometimes and just relax. Because, hey, man, you can't let the pressure get you down, brother. You gotta put a smile on your face.
Okay, so before we start, it's amazing that you say I have to be clear, calm, and connected. So that's what the breath does. It helps you get clear, calm, and connected. And the intention of what I call the 20 happy breath technique for those that haven't been on the call before, is to get the breathing every day to make you as conscious of breathing as you are of crypto, spirit, Buddha, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. To really be conscious of how your body feels, who you are, how you're connected. So one of the things to remember in the breathing as we breathe is because there are 4 short breaths and 1 long one, correct? And we do that we do that 5 times. We do that 4 times 5 equals 20. So when you pull, the way you do it is you pull consciously on the inhale and softly or slowly if necessary. So when you inhale, you pull it in, and then you exhale, you release the exhale, you pull the inhale, and you release the exhale with no holding of the inhale at the top. Snap it loose. Gravity and natural muscle contraction will do the exhale for you. There should be no holding, no control. Then pull immediately on the next inhale. You also merge the inhale and the exhale into the inhale. It's an unbroken circle of breath, one continuous breath. The oneness of the breathing is mind-boggling to think about. Breathing is the merging of spirit and matter. It is the bridge between spirit and matter. It is okay to push all your air out at the bottom of the big breath. If you have difficulty with the rhythm, remember to just do the 20 happy breath every day. You can do it in the bed, before you go to sleep, or you're waking up, or you're taking a shower, you're making coffee. Your breath is your friend. It keeps you alive and healthy every day. So pull the inhale into your head, up through the chest, and past the throat. So those are some tips. So now what we want to do is practice, and we're gonna do the first 20 breaths. We're gonna inhale through the nose, and we're gonna exhale through the nose. Then we're gonna do a set of that. Then we're gonna do in through the mouth and exhale through the mouth. And the third set is gonna be inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So are we ready? So
Sir, yes, sir.
So it's 4 short breaths. And let me, for the new people, I'm just going to give you like how it sounds when you inhale through the mouth and exhale through the mouth, so you have an idea. So first of all, you have to sit down and relax. And this is how one set of 5 sounds like. Then the 5th one. And we do that 4 times. But we're not going to start with the mouth. We're going to start with the nose. So are we ready? And I'll count. So here we go. First set. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. Inhale 4, exhale. Now take it in deep. Pull it in. Inhale, exhale, and drop it. So first set, pause. Notice how you're feeling. Second set, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale 4, exhale. Now pull it in, inhale, let it go. Notice how you're feeling in your body. The third set, here we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale 4, exhale, take it in deep, exhale. Now the last set, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale 3, exhale, inhale 4, exhale. Now inhale 5 and hold. Inhale, hold it. Notice how you're feeling. Relax your body, relax your mind. If you have to release it, release it. If you can hold it for a little longer, hold it. Then release. And just observe, close your eyes, just observe how you're feeling, any sensations, any pain, any contractions. If you got it, the thoughts are running, whatever it is, just be aware of it. Don't do anything, just feel it. Be in the silence. Okay, is everybody okay? Now we're going to do the second set. We're going to inhale through the mouth and exhale through the mouth. So are we ready? So here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale 3, inhale 4, then take it in deep. Let it go. This will open up more your body channels. Here we go, second set. Inhale 4, then inhale 5, take it in deep. Let it go. Third set. Take it in deep. Now the last set. Here we go. Take it in deep. Hold it. Relax your body. Relax your mind. If you have to let it go, let it go. If not, hold it for a little longer. Release. Notice how you're feeling now. Notice the difference. Just be aware of any thoughts, any body sensations, any emotions, any heaviness. Maybe you're flowing with energy. Notice the energy. So we're getting ready for the third set. To keep relaxing. It's just being aware, relaxing so you can let go, and then taking the charge of the breath. So those are the three skills: awareness, letting go, taking charge of the breath. So here we go. Last set. We're going to inhale through the nose and we're going to exhale through the mouth. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 4. Then take it in deep. Let it go. Second set. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Take it in deep. Let it go. Pause. Third set. Here we go. Inhale 2. Inhale 3. Inhale 4. Take it in. 5th. Let it go. Now the last set. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now last one. Take it in as deep as you can. Pause. See if you can hold it for 20, 30 seconds. And just notice sensations. Keep holding, keep pausing. Don't force it. Relax your shoulders, relax your body, relax your mind. If you have to release, go ahead and release. If not, hold it for a little longer. Then release it. And just observe how you're feeling now. Connect to the energy. Connect to your heart. Just be in the space. Perhaps you want to bring in some intentions. We all win. We're all creating abundance. We're all safe. We're all happy. We're all one. If anybody wants to share what they experienced or have any questions.
That was powerful, Coach. Man, I feel really relaxed, really calm, cool, and connected. Great job, man. Great job. Absolutely very, very relaxing. and focus. Go ahead.
It's the breath, man, the spirit. I'm just I just create the space.
Yeah.
That was
Anyone,
nice.
anyone had a comment? Did the breath? Go ahead, Juan. Talk to us.
Oh, I just thought that was very nice. Thanks, coach. And also, I'm a big breath person. I do a lot of exercising, but one thing that you just taught me is I have always really consciously breathed from the diaphragm, and from all the sports and all of what I work with like hand tools and do a lot of farming and stuff like that. So usually when I exhale from the diaphragm. I push my diaphragm up into my lungs and exhale that way. But I had never thought about letting gravity assist in the exhale and really letting your shoulders and your body and your chest cavity kind of collapse upon yourself to get that breath out. And it feels totally different, almost like I had to rewire my muscles a little bit because I haven't done it very many times. So I thank you for that.
You're welcome, and just practice. It's powerful what you do with it. The way you're doing it, but it's just like mastering different ways depending on what's going on in your body, so you can, so you can relax. But the key is to relax that exhale, so you can release instead of when you hold it or you like tighten up any muscles or anything, you're resisting it. So it doesn't release the energy in the muscles. So great. It's great, the awareness that you have. That's powerful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing as well. Let's
Yeah, thank you, Juan, and that's very true. When the way that Coach taught me so many years ago, it's almost like when you have that sigh of relief, like you just got you're worried about something, and you heard, hey, everything's gonna be fine, or maybe you thought you left a stove on at home, and you come back, hey, no, the house isn't burned. You got that relief, and that in itself, Coach taught me that is a form that just innately, subconsciously, you're letting go of that tension you had and you were holding on to, just like, oh boy, great. So I've connected with that, and then I applied that way, and that resonated with me, and I do see a huge difference, especially with the tension and the stress and the mind being preoccupied and holding on to so many things that you can even feel it. From myself, I feel it physically. So through that process, man, it absolutely works. And we've seen it happen with so many people, professional athletes I've seen Coach work with that are having major pain in their body, and through the breath, just releasing it completely, where it's been pretty amazing. Is there anybody else who participated in the breath and maybe has some feedback on their experience? Brad, did you do it today?
Yeah, of course. I was just riding the wave there. Felt very relaxed. That was a breath more how I like to do it. I'm still struggling with the double inhale, exhale through the mouth and nose at the same time. I'm still struggling with that one, but
remember last week, yeah, was intense too.
Yeah.
Well, good job, man. For those that got to do it, and I think you're doing it on a daily basis. You said before, Brad, right? You're trying to keep up with it.
I try to do it with a minimum of 4 times a day, but I haven't got up to the 10 times a day. But a minimum 4 times a day. It's near enough, not quite the first thing I do in the morning, but within half an hour of being awake, I've done my first breath, and about half an hour before I go to sleep. And then any quiet times in the day when there's no one in the VC and stuff, I try and squeeze a couple more in. But yeah, it works. Not everything works for everybody. Obviously, if you had Coach coaching you on a regular basis, I'm sure it would work for anyone and everyone, but doing it yourself, it's you've got to be a bit more disciplined. You haven't got coach there telling you what to do. But for me, it works. If I'm stressed out, or the thing it's helping me with the most is when I get stressed, I get a headache, and so when I just if I start feeling the headache coming, I just take a minute. I tend to go out on the balcony and do it so that I'm inhaling fresh air, and it just dispels it's just gone, dispels the headache almost instantly. And I don't know if that's because that's what happened the very first time we ever did a breath. I was sitting there with a bad headache, and I was thinking, oh God, this breath's it's gonna make me feel lightheaded, and I've got a headache. I don't think this is gonna work for me, and it was gone instantly. So I don't know if that has subconsciously built itself into my mind now, but whenever I feel like I'm getting a headache, I do a set of breathing, and it is gone. It is just gone. I was actually talking to my girlfriend probably about a week ago, saying that breath is better than paracetamol for me, because I don't like to take any medicine if I can avoid it. But yeah, it was very relaxed, not necessarily a stressful day, but certainly a very busy day, and it's just nice to be relaxed. And I didn't speak because I was still riding it for a few minutes there, but yeah, very good. Thank you very much, Coach. Always enjoy Monday nights.
Brad, breath is the medicine.
Yeah, I agree.
You get it? That's the real medicine. And there's so much more to it. One of the things about the headache is at the moment you start putting your attention on the breath, you get it away from your mind. So you're now not in there. And so if you're getting a headache, the other way is like once you put attention to where that headache is and you bring the energy there and you relax, it helps release that tightness. So
yeah,
there's two things that are happening, One is that you're taking your attention away from the pain. You're putting it into the breath. So that releases that tension that you're having in your mind or in your head from a physical perspective. So
that's sort of the whole point of breath, isn't it, Coach? It's conscious breathing.
Yeah. And because the mind is what creates all the stuff. So the more you can become conscious of the breath, and the more you're there and you become the observer, whatever's happening, you can just be aware of it, you relax, and it starts releasing anything in your body. But that takes practice. And so on Mondays, I'll bring in all the breath, and I'm going to probably teach over time like 20 different techniques. But just a 20 breath technique, it's, to me, somebody said, well, if a coach could be there, well, I can be in your hand every day by the end of the first quarter next year, because I'm coming out with a Happy Breath app. So you can just turn me on.
Well, mate, yeah, we've already discussed that, and I would certainly on that without a shadow of a doubt, Coach.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so it's all practice, and ARK talk. Atlas talked about the sigh of relief. Well, that's one of the first breaths that I teach, because if you do that intentionally, that's what we're doing with the 20 breath technique. We're taking in the inhale, and we're actually letting it go. That's a sigh of relief. We're doing like 4 sighs of relief, but continuous. Can you get that? And it's like 4 continuous sighs of release. And you can bring it in fast, or you can bring it in slow, you can bring it into your belly. But I don't want to get into all that now. I just wanted everybody just to do it whatever way it was been doing it. But you can do it faster, you can do it slower, you can bring it into your diaphragm, you can bring it into your chest, So there's a lot of different ways to play with it. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you for being here and teaching us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Look, being an investor, right, is, in my opinion, it can be stressful for some. Sometimes very, very stressful if you're over leveraged, right? Which is something that we always tell folks: don't invest more than you can afford to invest. However, we understand that every person has their own mind and decision-making abilities, and sometimes greed or even necessity can take over. And no matter how many times you tell folks, hey, guys, take it easy, go slow, be responsible, think about your financial goals, your family, and just don't go crazy. Don't fall in love with just one thing. Diversify your investments and do it in a way that if you lose your investment, you are not losing your life. You're not going into a depression. And I've seen that happen in the space of people just going overboard, suicidal, depressed, and blaming everyone, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, hey, you knew the rules. Investing is risky. That's a part of life. You can buy stocks, and that could be risky. We're seeing people here, with 401ks, been investing into the stock market for over 30 years, and they're at a 75% loss right now. This is serious business, and a part of it, I believe that you have to have a clear mind, and you need to release some of that stress. Because if you keep that all pent up, it starts to build, and then you start to manifest all these little issues, and it can really get the best of you. Stress is what they call the silent killer. And what good is having a ton of money that you've made in crypto or in other investments if your health is lacking, if you don't have a balance, if you're not able to find a few minutes to calm your mind? Because I believe there's nothing more important than the way that you feel right now. Our heads are so ahead, thinking about the future, or stuck in, what happened yesterday, what happened next week, what's the bad news, and that just keeps recycling in your mind and not noticing it. You're just got thinking that negativity, and it starts to affect you, your family, people around you. And I think very important, the decisions that you make, if you're coming from that place of that cycle of news, or focusing on something that maybe you're not too happy with, or blaming yourself. And there's a lot of things that happen here in the cycle of investing. The FOMO, the fear, then the helplessness, and loss hurts. Sometimes these people go into their caves. We've all had losses. I don't think I've met anyone in the space that hasn't taken a loss. And part of that is just going through it, accepting it, learning from it, and being more careful, doing more due diligence, analyzing, not just a white paper, but the team, spending time. That's what we're here, guys, every single day, every single night, to talk to you, answer all your questions, as there's a lot of new investors that are going to be joining us. So I asked Coach to come here and participate. It's something that helps me a lot. I'm super busy, and it's a great way that I'm forced to do the breath. And it works every time. It's a great reset. Just like a computer, it's not functioning, guys, really well. You have to go ahead and hit that reset button. The breath, if you do take the time, you want to learn a little bit about it, you can listen to the Monday recordings and see some of the breaths that Coach has done here for us. Or you can even contact him, DM him directly. It's doing that for your mind. It's that reset button where you're just like, wow, everything's working. Right now, after that breath, I'm feeling absolutely clear and fantastic. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, what it does, it balances your physical, your emotional, your psychological, and natural states of your well-being. So if you keep following the breath, you will live life with less resistance. And if you have less resistance, what happens? Success will start flowing towards you. the reason we feel that tight on that because we got so much resistance, and it's all an ego thing. It's all your mind. So if you can balance all that out, you'll be clear. So your choices and your conversations and everything that you do and the choices you make, let's put it into crypto, are going to be a lot clearer, and different opportunity, the better opportunities will start flowing to you. When you resist, the negative opportunities start coming into you because you're putting that energy out. So that's more a little spiritual kind of thing, but that's kind of the way it works.
Absolutely, Coach. And thank you so much for being here with us. We have an update that we're going to move on to now. And by the way, Coach, don't forget to do an action in the application. I know you got a fantastic leader here in Mr. Brad. So continue with that. You're going to see that grow, man. And I'm happy you're here playing this fantastic game with us on a larger basis. Go ahead.
Put it in automatic today.
You what?
I automated the action.
Fantastic. Hey, 71 years old, man. It's fantastic to see like that you're here and you're learning and you're interested. I know you gave up on MetaMask a year ago, but now you've got support. You've got a coach for yourself here, so you're manifesting this abundance with the rest of us, man. So happy to have you on board, brother.
Yeah, I'm happy too.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
No worries. We're gonna go ahead and bring on Mr. Green, who wants to talk a little bit here on the podcast. Great, we have SK and a lot of these great leaders here to hear, as they say, from the horse's mouth as far as the contracts, how that's functioning. We understand the theory and the white paper and how Brett's put this together, but we want to go deeper. We want to, open up the hood and let Mr. Green explain to you guys how the CWR, the rolling average, works. Let's get this crypto. Go ahead, Mr. Green.
Hey there, guys. So just because I was trying to put it in words, then I was putting up some like sample calculations, but then I just realized, I knew it when I coded it, but I didn't know it was so complicated to explain it in like a sample calculation. So I thought better just to tell you guys in words. So the CWR is actually calculated based on the actions you did over the last 14 days. So it means when you join the system, that's also why there's a bit higher gas fees when you join the system first time. It actually fills up your array of actions with 14 actions of 24 hours each with a 50-50 allocation compound withdrawal, so that you start out with a fresh 14 days worth of one-to-one or a CWR of 1 over 14 days. And then anytime you do an action, it basically calculates the seconds. So let's say you wait 24 hours, you do another 50-50 compound withdrawal. That means 12 hours go to compound and 12 hours go to withdraw, and that action is written into that array. Basically, an array is a list of things, and in that case, it's a list of actions that consist of compound seconds and withdraw seconds. So basically, the time you spend compounding, time you spend withdrawing, goes into that list, gets pushed in there, and when we calculate that, we go back from the end of that list and just add up these numbers of how much time did you compound, how much time did you withdraw, add them all together, and then divide that by 14 days, and we get your average CWR. So was that clear? I think that was not too bad. Like, was that clear to you guys? Because in my mind, everything makes sense.
It makes perfect sense to me. No, thank you.
All right, thanks. So, because people were asking, like, they've done some strategies and they don't see their CWR being what they chose. And we were only a bit more than 24 hours in. So basically, every action you did until now has at most a 1 in 14 impact on your total CWR. But what is guaranteed if you do the same action every day, exactly 14 days later, you will get that CWR set, because the average rolling average only looks back 14 days. If you've done the same thing for 14 days, that's exactly what you will get.
A question here.
Yep, go ahead.
So what's the barrier to actually someone compounding the whole time? Like, if they hit their max CWR, is it gonna like toss an error code, or will it just automatically claim?
Okay, that I actually put in a limit for that. So if you try, no, sorry, I gotta think about that again. Sorry, going to go to my head. So if you try to compound to a higher value than you're allowed to, the function will actually fail, because it does check when you exceed your current maximum CWR, which is for everyone at the start is 1.5. Actually, yes, still everyone in the whole system in the contract, the maximum CWR is set at 1.5. That is the start. But only when you exceed with an action, when you click an action that would exceed the 1.5, then the check NFT levels is called the function that then goes and checks, do you have an NFT? Is it locked in? What level does that NFT have? And therefore, what maximum CWR does that level allow you? Sends that back to the vault. The vault then saves that value into your CWR and says, all right, your actual, like your new maximum CWR is higher than what you're allowed to, and then returns that you can do that. However, if you don't have that NFT or bought it but didn't lock it in, then it will return false and will tell the contract like, nope, that guy still can only compound up to 1.5, and therefore it requires that your CWR, your new CWR after that action is below or equal than you're allowed. And if that is not true, it will then fail. You'll easily recognize that when you try to do an action on MetaMask mobile, it throws an error, like directly, it doesn't even let you go to the confirm screen. And on MetaMask on the PC, it will show you that insanely high gas, you have like 0.6 BNBs. That usually means that the transaction is about to fail. Yeah, but if you go below, like if you just claim all the time, if you go below 0.75 on average, you will get penalized, and like your rewards per day will be lowered from 2 to 0.5%. However, we wanted to make sure that that doesn't accidentally happen to some people. So whenever you get close to the 0.75, I think we set the threshold at 0.8 around, but I would have to confirm that with the front end there with Alex. But as soon as you approach that, a warning will show up and tell you, attention, you running the risk to get penalized. Because the thing is, when you're on the website and you look at when you basically put in your allocation, it then shows you your average CWR that you'll get, but that is at this very moment when the website calls the contract to get that value. However, if you then wait a few minutes and then click on the to confirm the transaction, it might be that during that time more time has elapsed, so more seconds will be attributed to your action, and therefore that your actual CWR could be lower or higher than what it shows exactly. That's why we say estimated. So yeah, that's why we made that threshold 0.8. As soon as you go lower than that, it will warn you that you might get penalized. Please take care of your actions.
Awesome, thanks so much.
Or just make sure that it is what you want. I mean, like over long term, doesn't matter. Every wallet gets 80,000 tokens out. So if you don't need that much every day, you can just withdraw however much you like, and then you could just get down to 0.5%. You get less every day, but overall, everyone gets the same.
Hey, yeah, I've got a question. Thanks for hopping in. If set the auto compound feature in 50 days, and I just noticed my rewards time has been sitting at 0 for 45 minutes. Is there a sort of period and saying the last allocation was more than 24 hours ago? Is this part of the normal procedure, or is there a sort of period of time where the automatic?
That is potentially possible. Can you tell me, if you do the quick math and look at your principal balance and your available rewards, is your available rewards approximately 2%? Just like roughly?
Yes, available rewards is approximately
All
2%.
right. So then you did call it auto allocation after you've already reached that, or when did you set that auto allocation?
About 25 hours ago.
25 hours ago. All right. So then I will check back with that with our backend dev, Cryption, because his basically server is in charge of that. But if you just would like to go ahead and click do an action right now, just so you don't lose rewards that are not
Yeah, so I
accumulating
can
anymore. If
still
that time,
allocate.
yeah,
It's
you can
allowing me to
always still
allocate
do
those
it.
rewards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing. We do not restrict you in the amount of actions you do a day,
yeah,
but it's just at some point just gets plain like useless. If you compound like, I don't know, 500 times a day, it will at some point cost you more gas than the
yeah.
actual
Well, obviously, I've
benefit of
already
it.
spent on the gas
But
for the 50 days of automatic. So hopefully it does it automatically eventually. But yeah, maybe for today
yeah,
or
it all should work. We've actually those 0.005 where there was also lots of questions about that. The thing is, we do not have enough data about the full system in effect yet.
yeah,
We've done lots of research on the test contracts. We've analyzed what action costs how much gas and all that, and that's why we've actually set the gas limit really high for those actions, like for the auto allocation. However, like just one question: do you have an upline? Do you have a referrer?
I do. Yeah,
Does that referrer have NFTs in bond, or do
he
you
has
know
an
about like
NFT.
what that? He has an NFT. All
Yeah,
right, then that should, because it actually the gas is more or less dependent on the lookup. Like it goes up and looks, is that refer like eligible? If yes, then take that money, split it up, put it there, put it there. So there's lots of things happening while
yeah.
like during that transaction. And but I don't think that if he has an NFT that is belongs to the cheaper versions. And as I said, we are currently collecting all the data about the gas, not only from the ones that you guys that we do for you, but also from the automated allocations that are like, sorry, no, we're collecting data that you guys do yourself, as well as those that our server takes, so that we can actually have statistics about uh, depending on what kind of allocation, what's the expected gas fees, so that we can optimize that system. But it was just this, what we have now is the first version 1.0 of that, and it will improve over time. So yeah, just
That's
best
all
to
good. It's
check
probably
it.
it's probably
And
one that might reach out to the support line around it if it doesn't sort of actually refresh in the next 40 minutes or so.
yeah, and as I said, if you do an action now, all you're gonna lose is potentially like 50 cents of gas.
Yeah,
Because the auto allocator, he will still call that function and will do the same as you. If you do the same as the auto allocator is configured to do, then it will just do it again for you. And doing the same action 3 times a day, or even 2 times right after each other, does not really have an impact, like except the gas fees,
yeah, cool.
as I said. All right, but I will follow that up. Um, because our backend dev has just woken up. So I will talk to him and figure out. And would you mind sending me your wallet address, like the
Yeah,
account
no problem.
that's
I'll
yeah
DM it to you.
yeah, or even better, go to tech support group, so that I'm gonna get him into that group. Maybe better.
Okay, will do.
Just got word from Atlas said this is probably the best way to go, so we have that all
Easy
in
done.
one place.
Any other questions? All right, folks. Great podcast. Really excited that we gave the Spark Reward away for the first time tonight here at ARK, and we'll be back tomorrow to do that again. And thank you all for your feedback and questions like you're having. We want to make sure that everybody understands everything, and if there's something that's not syncing correctly, look, our guys are pretty much working around the clock to be able to analyze and perfect. And it's been really impressive the way that they've been able to really resolve and make sure that things are working perfectly. So thank you all for your participation, for your patience. And I'm going to open it up to the last round of questions or comments for tonight's podcast, as we do want to get back to work. We have a couple people to get back to, and also doing some innovation and upgrades in systems. So is there anybody who has a last question or comment? We'd love to hear from you.
Atlas. Oh, you're the man. You go.
Go for her head. I just finished my shopping. I was breathing as I was shopping. Then I have one comment, but after you, I'm gonna pack things into the car, and then when I sit down in my car, and I can talk.
Okay, mine is a small interjection. I would just want to say to everybody, and those that maybe hear the podcast tomorrow, just a general advice on security. If you get a DM from someone with even a username that resembles an admin's, we never DM first. No admin in this group will ever DM you first. So you can be certain that the person that is DMing you is not us, even if username resembles or whatever. So just be aware of that, and please report any such DMs to us. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very important. I think we saw here that there was an impersonation or somebody trying to do something strange, and that just comes with doing what we do here. The more successful you are, the more folks come and try to play games. But good to say it. I think a lot of our folks that have been here in DeFi space for a while understand that you have to be very careful. Anybody that writes you that you don't know, have a relationship with, a previous history of conversations. When people write you out of nowhere, you got to be very skeptical and make sure that you don't give any of your personal information, no matter what they're asking you, without verifying where you met them from, who they are, why are they talking to you, and if it's somebody that's in a project that you're invested in, writing them directly, finding their information. And if anybody needs any help, you can ask the admins how to go ahead and do that. But it's important to remain safe. And it is an unfortunate fact, but it happens. And for new people, be very, very careful. Any doubt, any question, anyone writes you, just come right here to the admins, and we'll check out if that person is involved or an investor or part of the team. Because some folks are just out there looking for doing damage to investors and people, particularly for trying to get access to their wallets and their funds. So guys, I think that's it. Go ahead.
That's certainly a fact that in every project there are always people that try to do stuff like that. it's very important for us that people report it to us via DM or VC or whatever, so we can take care of that. And we have taken measures like people have to have set username and everything, and we do all we can. We are on top of it on security, but then again, like once in a while, it can happen. And just a small addition, anybody DMing you, because that's a very known technique, like offering some technical kind of help. The only technical help that ARK will provide you is by joining the technical support group that we already have established. And there, everybody that's on the staff of ARK are admins in that group. So anybody who doesn't have the tag of an admin, the usual one on the right side of the username, it's not. He's not an admin. Probably he's someone else. So make sure you're talking to admins and never share information. And always seek technical support only in our technical support group. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for that update. Is there anything else, maybe Brett, that you want to update on your end?
No, I think that was a great podcast. Thanks, Coach Roberto, and to everybody that participated. I don't have any other updates that I can think of at the moment.
Thank you, Brett. Well, look, a fantastic day, great volume. The chart, ladies and gentlemen, is looking impressive. Liquidity controller is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. I know a lot of folks were asking and wondering, and we try to describe it, but now you're seeing it in play. And just rest assured that we are really managing this in a beautiful fashion. If you look at the chart, you're not able to really understand it, but we did some calculations yesterday with the volume coming in, and the way that it's working is kept the price from really going much further, which is exactly what it is intended to do, as we want a dynamic range that's going to be very healthy and supportive for any volatility to the up or the downside. So very happy to see that work. Fantastic feedback from the investors in the community. We're seeing folks get involved. We're seeing folks ask questions, get feedback. And we're seeing also new people hearing about ARK and understanding that now that they've been able to have friends and other investors that are here with us already, hearing their feedback about the user interface and how everything's working, and all the features, so much data that's there available for you, for those analytical folks that like to see numbers and be able to deep dive, looking at also the whole syndicate reward system and how that's displaying the filters. Great feedback from you guys as well. I think it shows that a lot of attention to detail was put here, a lot of thought about what investors are looking for on a long-term basis, and being able to offer them to them in a safe format. So I thank you all for really participating and being a part of this community of investors. And let's see, Yudaman, I think you wanted to say something. Are you in your car, sir? Or did he say he was at a store? Go ahead, sir.
Here you go. Hi. Yes, I in my car, and then yesterday, do you remember I think one of the speaker went to crash, and then he later woke up, and then he actually start talking when there are a few left. So at the time I was streaming, and then he just started talking. So I let him talk and then greet to my audience. And then he said something, and then I want to share if you don't mind. And then I think he left a short comment. Or you will remember? Is it okay to share my screen?
Yes, sir. Please go right ahead. You're a part of this family and somebody that we respect completely and contribute with us. And an admin here and working with us on YouTube and the whole Korean market. Please go right ahead, sir.
I'm sharing my screen for a second. But now, and maybe this. Are you seeing my YouTube channel here?
하더라고요. 근데 메시가 이게 어쩌면
Yes, sir.
이번이
So I was
마지막으로
talking,
그럼
I was talking about
참여가
ARK
되는
launch
것일 수 있잖아요. 우승 안 하고
yesterday.
싶겠어요?
So I
근데
was
그렇게 하는
talking
것을 마음이
about
짠했는데 이번에 우승하는 것을 보면서 정말
Argentina's won victory in
쳐주고
the
싶었어요.
World Cup. And
Yo,
then
Fortunate,
later,
you there?
oh,
지금 여기
he start
얘기하잖아요.
talking.
AG, we were looking for you. We are waiting for you.
Oh, dude, I was honestly, I just saw my MacBook. I crashed.
Yeah, that's what we thought. I thought you went to sleep. You crashed, and then so we finished the podcast a little earlier. But yeah, we knew that you crashed from your trip.
Yeah, dude, like I was on call and everything. Then I was up at like
So,
5 a.m. here. I'm like,
Are you guys able to
whoa.
see? Are you guys able to listen what G is talking?
Probably tomorrow or later next
Yes,
time,
sir.
right?
Yes,
we
sir.
were anxious to listen to your
Yes, he
idea,
left a
your
short
opinion
message. I
about the
want to
crypto
share
market.
his message.
And then right now I am doing my streaming, and then you just happen to talk, and then this is actually going live right now, so my audiences are listening. But tomorrow I want to talk about the market, finance issues, why there's a FUD and why altcoin is so down and things like this. So if you talk about that kind of stuff tomorrow's podcast, that'll be very helpful. It'll give me an insight.
Oh, absolutely. I'll give you some insight, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone is looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, 그래서 지금 so hey G, can you say hello to my audience? 지금 G라고 그 ArkFi에서 그 팟캐스트를 하는데 암호화폐 지식이 되게 밝은 사람인데 이 친구한테 잠깐 인사 좀 하라 그래서 yeah, please say something to my audience.
Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome. You know, this is Z from the ARK team. We talk knowledge. We drop the sauce every single day. And unfortunately, today I couldn't make it, but I'm here, and I'm gonna give you guys some real data. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is the hard fork coming up with Ethereum.
Oh, Ethereum hard fork, yes.
Yeah, you guys should look into the Shanghai hard fork.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna change DeFi a little bit. It's gonna make things much smoother. It's gonna make transitions happen much more swiftly. But it's also gonna, I believe, impact the Ethereum price quite a bit, because a lot of people have been staking their Ethereums for the past couple of years on Beacon Chain, and now they're gonna be able to withdraw unstake their Ethereum.
Oh.
So I think we're gonna see another dip in the market, and see a bounce back from there. So that's a small a brief into what Ethereum hard fork, and we know anything that happens to Ethereum has a ripple effect on DeFi. So we predict that Ethereum Shanghai hard fork will happen around March.
Okay.
So yeah, expect a small bumpy ride.
Okay.
These are small of what can happen to DeFi. So that's all I'll give you and your audience for today, and then tomorrow we'll go even heavier.
Sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow. So, and then the content that we discuss will be also go live, and I will discuss about it tomorrow's my stream too. Thank you.
Okay, this is it. Yeah, his last comment. I just want to share with you. All right, that's it.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Very, very
Nice,
cool.
bud. Oh, you will be invited soon. My voice is almost recovered, so be ready to show up in my show.
Can't wait. We're looking forward to it, brother, and there to support your community and answer any questions. We want to support you and your communication, and we applaud really your effort to spend time with us, learn everything about ARK and the system, how it comes together, and that's the process. There's a lot to understand. There's an educational component here. You demand and you've put the work in. So applause to you, brother, for really coming on board and getting involved. And we'll be over there, man, ready to talk about ARK and win some hearts and minds.
It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. I'm really anxious to bring you over to my show, and then people will feel your intention, your heart, your big heart. And then it took some time for me, honestly, to understand you. Probably you may remember that I initially blocked you in the Telegram. And later when SK talked about you, and then I looked through, and then there's a DM, and then I noticed that I blocked you initially. Then I unblocked and start talking to you and things like that. It's whole process, like a 180-degree process. So I appreciate your patience and then understanding. And as I listen to the podcast more and more, I understand the project, and then the people behind the project, and then mindset and the intention and big heart behind the project that you guys have. That resonate me, and then I hope my audience will soon feel your heart too. So this is a great project, and I hope, this is a hard time, everything is collapsing and then product spreading. One of the hardest time, and this time ARK learns. I think there's some meaning in it.
Wow, thank you so much. And I didn't recall that, but yes, that was true. And part of what we were just talking about before, that when people approach us here in Telegram that we don't know, we're very careful, we're very wary to talk to anybody. So absolutely understood, brother. And through time, as we've come together and put together this amazing team, this amazing community, we have seen some fantastic leaders come on board and want to pitch in and get involved, which is what it's all about. And we're going to have so many more folks that we haven't even met yet, that haven't heard about ARK, that we're going to pick up along the way, that I foresee, just incredible set of leaders and community members, and little guys that are looking for opportunity around the world, and some big whales as well who are looking to diversify their investment as things are obviously very uncertain on a global economic scale. So, man, happy to have you here. It's a real honor and a pleasure. You came extremely well referred by SK himself, and I've always said any friend of SK is family here. So, man, thank you so much. And whenever you're ready, man, we're ready to go over there and to support you. And for anyone here that's in the podcast or just listening to the recording, guys, if you want us to come and talk to your groups, it doesn't matter if they're 5-10 people. There's nothing we enjoy more than going out there and talking about what we're doing here, why it's special, what's different, what's sustainable about this project, who this team is, and what we've set out to do, our journey, our roadmap. We have a lot of work ahead. And, we were talking about this the other day as we were doing an AMA tour, and we're going to continue with that, of course. But, I've been in these AMAs. This is not the first time I go and do this. And, sometimes you'll see, 300, 400 people show up. And those are people that are just looking to get a reward, right? For attendance or asking a question. It's a brutal process. And, we prefer to even talk to a small group of 10, 15, 20 real investors who are really looking for opportunity and not waste time, money, resources on, ineffective hype games. This is not a hype game. This is not a shit coin or something that you could just sit there and trade and go on to the next thing. This is a very serious opportunity with a long-term commitment and sacrifice, and with that, a potentially great reward for those folks that really want to buy into it. So yeah, man, it'll be an honor to be over there with you guys. And if anybody has that intention that wants us to come over and speak to your, small community, doesn't really matter how small it is. We would love to hear from you and come on over and get to know you guys. Let's get this crypto, guys. Are there any other questions or comments this evening before we wrap up tonight's podcast? Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's podcast. Thank you to everyone that came here tonight live and participated. Fantastic day. It's our first official Monday, and we've had a really beautiful day here of seeing the buyers come in, the folks asking questions and getting involved in ARK and giving us fantastic feedback that we're able to go back to the D app and everything that's happening, and make these changes and sync everything and make sure that everything's just being handled by the team here in the most professional manner. So we'll be back tomorrow for the next podcast, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. UTC. Any questions that you have, feel free to post here in the main channel and ask our admins. And also, for anyone that's not here present, just listening to a recording at a later date, with which we know a lot of you folks do, depending on your location, you're sleeping. We hope that you found this podcast informative and the conversation was helpful. Perhaps you're doing, the breath with Coach and getting some benefit out of that, as well as we want to make sure that in this long journey, everybody stays really calm, cool, collected, and really happy with themselves and their investment, and having that peace of mind and comfort, because hard times are part of cycles, but good times are ahead, and we need to keep that clear mind, that positivity of what we're doing, especially being in an investment for a long term. It's important to really let the process happen and let go of tension. Clear mind is important. Good night to everyone. We will see you tomorrow. We're going to leave the chat open with the admins for a little bit longer, but the team is going to be heading out here soon. Good night.